guys, CP the Tool Addict. Thanks for stopping back at the channel. Glad you had time to took your time to stop by and watch this video. Hopefully you get some good information out of this, and hopefully we can you know, show you something new and different that you didn't know. That's what this video is all about today. Two tools I'm just doing a first impressions on, not a full tool review. I do not give a full you know, seal of approval on anything for the most part, unless I've used it and then I say, you know, I've had this thing for a while, beat the snot out of it, it works great. That's kind of my deal. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into what we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about the Mac Tools Mid-Torque MCF894. Mid-Torque seems to be a good topic right now. I actually was looking for a mid-torque, shopping around. I'm obviously invested in the 12-volt Milwaukee line. Milwaukee builds great impact, great set of electric tools and cordless tools and whatnot. And, you know, I'm not dogging on Milwaukee by any means or saying that I didn't buy Milwaukee because I didn't like their line. That being said, I was interested in the DeWalt Mac Tools version. And obviously there's some slight differences between the Mac, and we're going to go over that versus the DeWalt. I don't have a DeWalt here. The part numbers on most of the Mac versus the DeWalt are pretty much the same. You can buy the tools a little bit cheaper when you buy the DeWalt. Does, you know, the things we're going to talk about in this video, is it worth spending the extra money for the Mac tool, or is it worth it just buying the DeWalt? The one cool thing I like about this, you know, Stanley Black & Decker owns Mac, and that's a sister company. I shouldn't say they're a sister company of Mac. I mean, they own them, but they're a sister company. They have their own presidents and everything in Mac Tools. One thing I want to say real quick, you know, about most of these tool companies right now, a lot of great products. A lot of people build a lot of great products, and a lot of people have a lot of, you know, really, really awesome stuff. You know, such as Capri, Tecton, Gray Pneumatics, Sonix. You know, there's a lot of great tools that come out of these companies. They may only do a few certain things, but the one thing they all have in common is that when I look at, like, buying on a tool truck or whatnot, I'm looking at the company like I'm going to a grocery store. If you have a certain favorite grocery store that you go to, there's a reason why. You either like the customer service, the variety they have, but you understand that that grocery store is a name front for the product that they carry inside. They don't sell their brand, you know, and this is no different. Rebrands are huge all over the place. I mean, if you go into, I don't know, we have a Hy-Vee around here, and I know if you're not from around the Midwest or, you know, on my area, Hy-Vee is a pretty big grocery store where they have their own brand of food items where they label them, but they're made by somebody else. And that's not uncommon. It's for economic purposes, to save money or whatnot like that sometimes, or sometimes it's just because they want to make a better product. Costco is notorious. Costco is a very good company. I've always been a supporter of them for many years. I'm a loyal Costco member. But Costco is the type of store that I back up a lot. I bought quite a few electronic items, personal items, my gun safe. Quite a few things from Costco, because they are the type of company that when they do a rebrand, they're not like Walmart. Walmart will, you know, cut the legs out from under a company. For instance, Rubbermaid was here in Iowa, and Walmart put them out of business because they were wanting them to make their plastic totes in Ottumwa cheaper so that they could sell them cheaper than everybody else, but use the Rubbermaid name. That type of stuff is what makes a product, what ruins a product and ruins a company, because you're forcing them, you know, you're strong-arming a company to do that stuff. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm saying is, when I buy from a company, it's the service that they provide, the product that they provide, and how they do it. Are they cheapening the product, and is the value worth it? Or are they making it better and the prices might be a little bit more, 25% more? In this case, for the Mac, for this particular unit, I feel like the few slight differences to me and the service I get from Mac, this has a little bit more benefit for me to buy this tool. If I buy a DeWalt if I buy a DeWalt tool, this thing does not have, and we'll go over real quick, the DeWalt does not have this rubber molded grip, and it is not oil resistant like this. So it is a tool made for, you know, home use or carpentry work or whatnot. Not only that, DeWalt does not have these vents for when you're really hammering on these things. This keeps it a little bit cooler. Whereas if you had this in a woodworking environment, that would pack full of sawdust or whatnot and cause you to have, you know, some problems. So that being said, you know, I think this is where, you know, a few things that about this Impact that are just slightly different. That the way they designed this for Mac is for the automotive industry. So therefore, it carries a little bit better quality for me. That way, I know it's going to last longer. It's going to be more durable, and that's why I'm willing to pay just a slight amount more. That being said, let's go on to the price and specs of what I got with this. So the reason why I bought this deal and why I'm investing in some Mac Tools stuff is, and another thing I want to go over real quick. My last video, for some reason, I screwed something up, got some promotional ad deal on the the video. I am not sponsored by Mac Tools, and I do apologize for that. I don't know what that is. I buy all these tools myself, guys. They're 100% paid for by me. I wished I could get some money for it, and, you know, YouTube money is like not even beer money, but it'd be nice if, you know, I could get a little bit of revenue to help support me to do a little bit of tools every now and then, as long as you know, I'm afraid to get involved with that kind of stuff. I don't think that it's conducive. It looks like it causes a lot of hard feelings between people. I've noticed, you know, it changes people's channels. People start being really scripted, and I'm a real guy. That's all there is to it. I'm giving you my honest opinion, and the other thing is the only reason I'm doing this, there's only one other guy on this channel that I know that's been on both sides of the coin, guys, when it comes to being in the industry, working on cars, and actually selling tools, and that's Mr. Subaru Tech. So shout out to him. Really enjoy his stuff, and I really feel like when he talks about stuff, I get it, how he's talking. You know, I get the things he says, and me and him, and I haven't personally talked to him, but I feel like, you know, just everything he says, knowing that being an ex-tool vendor, you know, we get it. We've been on both sides of the coin. We understand how being a customer and being a mechanic feels, and that makes a little bit of a advantage in kind of helping people out, and that's all I'm here to do on buying tools and stuff like that. You know, it's just I think it's an advantage to go out and be able to, you know, show technicians the insides of the tool business a little more, you know, the marketing schemes, you know, all that garbage a little more. You know that some people are just out to sell tools, and that's it. You know, they want your money. The tool industry to me is cutthroat. I'll be honest with you. I think there's a lot of people that are dishonest in the tool industry, and that that mechanics get the raw end of the deal. The mechanics are the consumer, and the tool industry doesn't care how they sell the tools to you. It's almost like a drug dealer. Don't say that out loud, but I mean, that's what it is. I mean, to me, really, I mean, you need a tool, and to do a job, they come out with it, and they just bang you hard for the price. And I don't know, I've never dealt with a drug dealer, but, you know, seeing movies and whatnot. Anyways, let's get that out of the way. I'm not some kind of junkie or whatnot, but just tool junkie. I'm an tool addict. So, anyways, back to the Impact. So, here's the thing about this tool, guys. People keep saying this is 330 foot-pounds, and I want to just go over the specs real quick. Right there, this is off the Mac Tools website. 600 foot-pounds, and what that is, that's breakaway torque. It has 330 foot-pounds of running torque, and let's get. I bought this bare tool. I got a lot to talk about this. I bought this tool, bare tool, just like that, and the bare tool price without sale is $289.99. Now, I did not pay $289.99. That being said, let's go to the DeWalt. There's the price on Amazon. You can buy it for $150. It's a pretty good deal. I'm not sure why DeWalt does this, but I actually find it to be a little bit more honest than most of the other tool vendors, because they're giving you a 330, if you read the ad on that, 330 foot-pounds of max fastening torque, not breakaway, okay? And right there is the specs. 330 foot-pounds of fastening torque, 600 of breakaway torque. So that being said, that lines up with almost every other mid-torque out there. So I've done my research, and that's why I knew what I was getting into. Now, you're saying, Chad, what about the price difference, CP? Okay, here we go. So the price difference, I actually came out to be almost the exact same as DeWalt. A very nice YouTube subscriber told me, hey man, do you have any interest in buying any Mac tools? I have an extra battery and charger that I'm not using and don't need. I was thought about selling it, but I really don't want the hassle, and it seems like you would be a good guy to give this to, and appreciated everything I did. His name was Terrence, and I appreciate this, Terrence. And I definitely appreciate him reaching out to me. And this is the first thing I've ever gotten from anybody. But I'm pretty excited because I was really looking forward to trying some Mac stuff. Because there's nothing out there. People kind of, I think they shun it off because it's DeWalt. And, you know, this is the battery and charger they gave me, or that he gave me. Right here, I got a 20 volt max 4 amp battery. Very nice. It's got the charge indicator on the back. It's a nice, this tool alone is 3.5 pounds, so it's actually pretty light. So I actually think it also, that puts it really high up in the category for it. You know, and I'm looking forward to doing some testing and seeing if I have any issues and if it breaks stuff loose and works really well. I have no doubts in my mind that to me, if I had a Milwaukee to compare it to, or if I somehow run across a Milwaukee so I can compare those tools side by sides, because honestly I think in the automotive industry right now those are the two giants, or that's the giant right now, is Milwaukee. You know, I love my Milwaukee stuff, but I also have been looking at the Mac tool stuff, and I really like the lineup they have, and I just dig, you know, being able to have a tool company that I can trust, and I know that they're going to take care of me. Now, the Milwaukees have a 5-year warranty on the tool, but this is second in the industry for warranty. This tool is 3 years. Let's talk about warranty real quick, just for shits and giggles. So, to me, with these cordless power tools right now, warranty, to me, is a little bit of a dog and pony show, if you will, smoke show. I honestly can tell you that I know several mechanics that have beat the crap out of their Snap-on, Milwaukee, DeWalt tools, and I can tell you right now, these things don't fail. You want to know where the weak link is? I shoot a lot of guns, and I can tell you that almost every shooter I shoot with, and almost every person I know that does a lot of shooting will tell you the same weak link is. It's always the magazine. Hence the battery. The weak link in any of your power tools is right here. These things, brushless motors, they're not going to break. I just don't believe. I know my buddy's got a Snap-on 1/4-inch ratchet that he's had for 7 years. Not one single problem with it. He's also got a 3/8 impact. The older ones that are not really, they're about the same size as this, but they only have like 100 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. He's had it for almost 7 years and just had it rebuilt for the first time. $100 flat fee, which was great. I would have kept the tool too for that, because it makes a nice little impact. So, that being said, I don't really think that the 5-year warranty is no different than what Tommy Boy said. You can get a good look up a cow's ass, but why wouldn't you take the butcher's word for it? Once again, that's where you guys got to watch out for warranty stuff, because warranty stuff is a trap. It's a sales gimmick, and you know, not warranty doesn't always. It gives you that warm and fuzzy gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling. Oh, I got a 5-year warranty. You know, but honestly, I don't believe that any of these tools that are brushless are going to have any problems. Snap-on's not going to step up their warranty, and I don't doubt they, or I know they won't. So, that being said, you know, if you guys have had to use your Milwaukee or DeWalt or Snap-on warranties, you know, let me know in that comment box. You know, tell me about it. You know, I think it's probably a rarity. Yes, there's probably people that have had tools that broke, but I'm guessing that the numbers are extremely low and that it's not that common, because the biggest problem with most of these is the battery. And the other thing is, the reason why I went with the Mac over the DeWalt is that this is right here. Let's talk about this for a second. Mac has a nice rubber molding around the battery, so if you drop this thing, it's going to be very durable. These batteries are a little more expensive than the DeWalt's, and there's a reason why, because they do have a little bit more engineering into them than the DeWalt. So they are very much different. It also has impact assist on this, which I'm pretty sure the DeWalt does too. The light's nice and bright. I do like the lights up around here. I wish it had these, but I don't think, judging by this, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't normally have a problem with lights. I keep lights all over. I mean, I keep my light with me at all times. So anyhow, that's kind of my spiel on the MCF894 Impact. My first impressions after doing, you know, plenty of research, getting a battery. So I paid sale price on this $239. Let me show you here real quick. Of course, I don't have it here right away. Got to look through my phone here. I had a screenshot of the actual. Yep, there it is. So this is what I paid for it. I bought it on promo price, $239.99. Got the free swivel socket. Free swivel socket's $30-40. Anywhere you go, you're gonna pay that for it. It's kind of nice. I don't even know that I have a 1/2 to 3/8 swivel, so that's actually kind of a I think that was a little bonus. So that being said, I got a free battery and the tool and a swivel socket for $239. I think I made out like a bandit. So now I'm into the Milwaukee or the DeWalt cordless impact. I don't have any 18-volt Milwaukees, so I was looking to get into that brand. So I didn't want to have two different battery platforms. But technically, when you go to a 12-volt, any type of 12-volt system, to an 18 or 20-volt or whatever, you're going to end up being with a different battery anyway, so it doesn't matter. The only thing that would be difference is you might be able to use one single charger on them, but it ain't that big a deal because you still got to have two different battery packs. So they don't interchange. Not a big deal. So that's kind of my deal. I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment box. Do you think the Mac one is worth it? You know, like I said, I'm not a Mac fanboy. I like Mac tools, but I do know that there's a lot of other great tools out there. Don't get me wrong, guys. Love a lot of tools. Just recently, I just get a lot of Mac stuff. I've rambled on now for 18 minutes about the Impact. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. Hopefully you found the video interesting. Now I'm going to try to burn up another 15 minutes. Stick around. We're going to talk about the Mac Precision Torque wrenches. Hopefully I got everything out about that Mac Impact. I really, sorry, no script here, you know. I'm just trying to wing it. So I keep all this information in my head and then try to go over the best I can to tell you. I'm not trying to sell you the tool. I'm just giving you the facts. When you're looking at a tool, this is what you want to do. In my opinion, this is what I do every time. Weigh my options, look at the specs, look at the prices, you know, see where they're at. The biggest thing is I use YouTube just as much as you guys do to look at tools. And I like listening to you guys give me your feedback. And that's what's great about YouTube. And, you know, a lot of people will say it ain't worth it to buy the Mac, just buy the Milwaukee. You get a 5-year warranty. But I like how it feels. This thing really feels good. And I'll tell you, I think this this impact assist on this is kind of cool because so you don't fling your lug nuts. See how that slows down? So once you break this thing loose, it doesn't like beat up the spinning. It's got a ton of power. I feel I can't stop it like that. It impacts very well. And here's the best thing about it is it's slow. So this is on. That's full press of the trigger. This is on, and then this is breakaway on low. You see the difference there? So when you're putting a bolt on, it doesn't just rip it down when you put it on the low setting. I really like that too. I think that's really handy. I use it on my Milwaukee quite a bit. Put them on the lower settings. But the thing about it is I got to switch it back to the higher settings. Really kind of a neat feature with this that I think is super beneficial. That's the one thing about this impact I really did like is that it has that. Now, you know, I'm sure the DeWalt does too, but my Milwaukee does not. On the 12-volt line, that is. So anyways, now we're going to get on to El Wrenches. Let me get this up. And I wished I had some Capri wrenches to compare these to. I know there's a lot of stuff out there on the Capri wrenches right now. And the Capri wrenches, I'm sure, are phenomenal. But I do not have anything on them. Let me get the part number for this pulled up here. Because I want you guys to see the part number. Alrighty. So, here's the part number. SRWM126. Paul Travis. See that part number right there? Alright. So this is the 12-piece reversible ratcheting 6-point. Sure you guys seen my other video. I'll try to put a link up here in the description about 6-point, 12-point ran. Let me get the size out here I want to compare it to here. I've got a nut. I've got my trusty, or bolt nut. I'm a nut. I got a bolt. Anyways, you know what the best thing about doing YouTube videos at my house is? I'll be honest with you guys, is I don't have to put any pants on. I don't know that you needed to know that, but I'm telling you right now, it's nice to, it's a cold day here in Iowa, and it's super nasty, like 12 below or something like that, but I just put my shorts on, I go downstairs, I don't have to go in and, you know, put pants on, you know, I say I'm not pantsless, I just got shorts on. So anyways, back to the real deal here. So what I have here is my my trusty wrench setup here. We're gonna go over these 6-point or these 6-point Mac reversible ratcheting wrenches. I got these on sale for $250, and I liked my other precision torque wrenches. I haven't used them a ton. Once again, first impression, guys, and a couple of neat features about these. I actually found another feature on these I didn't know that I'm actually looking forward to trying out and seeing how I like it. First real thing that I really dig about these is if you look at this wrench, you see how it's kind of tapered and fat. I really think that that is a smart idea. When I grab a wrench like that, I feel like I can get my finger up on it. It feels pretty comfortable that it's going to work pretty good. It definitely is, it's a 72 tooth design. Pretty standard for the ratcheting wrench era. I definitely like these better than my gear wrenches already. And you know how I feel about 6-point. When getting on a fastener, guys, you don't want to round it. The only way to do it is right here, 6-point. It just fits tighter. 12 points do not fit like they do not fit like 6 points. They don't. That a lot of fasteners get rounded because of 12 points, in my opinion. You know, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, what happens is you slip just to that next deal, and then you only got so much. You only got one tooth in there to catch on them. One little tooth to catch all that corner of that. Whereas that 6-point puts all that pressure right on the flat of that fastener. And it's just, it's not brain surgery, guys. You know? I mean, you're getting more points of contact to a bolt. You know? You don't want to strip a bolt out? Don't put a goddamn 12-point on it. Pardon my French. You know, don't put a 12 point on a bolt if you're worried about stripping it out. That's all there is to it. You know. So, anyways, and the sad part about it is all your sockets are probably 6-point. And you're using them all day long. I don't have any problems. People say, "Well, I don't like using 12-point when I'm using a wrench." Well, then why don't you have all 12-point sockets? It just dumbfounds me. It doesn't make any sense. My impact 6-point. All my impacts. I have 12 points for when I have to do 12-point fasteners. There's where the I mean, 6-point bolt, 12-point bolt. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you know, and I've had guys tell me that they're like, you know, and I'm not dogging it. I mean, I hate to sound. I'm not being too. I try not to be too sarcastic, but you know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. So, anyways, back to the real deal here. The other thing about them is so they're a knuckle saver design, and I have my actual Mac knuckle saver wrenches, which, once again, I love the knuckle saver wrenches. To me, I think it's a personal preference between people. The knuckle saver proto wrenches, you know, that little anti-slip grip right there versus the flank drive. I've actually seen the flank drive destroy fasteners, and I've never destroyed a fastener. The aviation industry, I'm pretty sure, does not allow anything. And a lot of guys use proto wrenches or Mac wrenches in the aviation industry for that reason, because snap-on flank drives are not allowed. And I believe the Capris don't have them on there either, on their new wrenches. But that's pretty much, I would say, the direct competitor to these wrenches right now would be the Capris. The Capri looked like it had a little deeper notch in there. And like I said, I'd love to have some Capri wrenches to compare these two and do some side-by-side comparisons and testing. You know, this gets down in there pretty good in the broach, or gets down into the throat of this wrench. They've got a pretty good deep notch in it. See if I can get it in. I'm trying to do this and look straight down the back of a bolt and then show it in the camera. And I'm terrible videoing anyways. Anyways, it gets down in there pretty good in my opinion. Sets down in there fairly well. I think the Capri are probably set down in there a little bit better. Also, the other cool feature is, and here's where this would come in handy for that, is that, you know, it has this retention ring in here. So that bolt will stay in there. It's got a little spring clip, you know, and I showed that on my tool haul video. The other cool thing about these wrenches, so here's my regular, and this is pretty much a standard, your everyday go-to wrench. You know, same, you know, about the same offset on them. Is that if you notice on your, if you've ever noticed on your wrenches, usually when you wrench like this, and then you got your angle, that comes out like that. Okay, so you're breaking a fastener free like this. Normally you don't break them free like this, you break them free like this. Now you want to put it on there, you got your fastener free, you have to take the wrench. Whoops, I never was a drummer. So anyways, now, so we went like this. Now when you break the wrench like this, you have to flip it, and that's what usually happens, you drop the wrench. So that was actually a good representation. Flip the wrench around and upside down. See, here's the cool thing about precision torque wrenches. Ta-da, look at this, see? So now you're breaking the wrench free, boom. It just flips. It's already set up, so all you have to do is take the wrench like this. And I mean, it's the simple things that make things better. But the design of this wrench is so that you don't have to, you can take the wrench and go like that. It's, to me, a faster transition. And I'm all about speed when it comes to little things like that. Whereas, I don't know how many times I've dropped a wrench going like this. Flipping it around. It's a little bit wonky. Granted, it's not a huge deal, but it's a deal. The other thing I like about these precision torque wrenches is this holder. And guys, you can buy these parts trays, and let's see, just for fun, I have and I'm not sure any other wrenches will fit in here, but this is an S&K 13mm, and it does not, it kind of goes in there. I'm sure I could fit it in there with a little bit, but if you like those trays, let's look at the Mac one. Yeah, I don't know how that would work with your, the Mac one does fit in there, so your wrenches would just change direction because they're obviously the opposite direction. So if you want that tray and try it out, there's the part number for it. I would venture to say, I like the fact that the numbers are on it. Okay, and don't get me wrong, guys. I really dig the toolbox widget. I have some and I like them, but I'm going to tell you right now, there might be a chance that I'm converting all my stuff to these wrenches. Here's the reason why. These little things fit in your drawer perfectly. They hardly take up any more space and a toolbox widget does the same thing. But here's the thing is, if I need a set of wrenches, I can just fold that thing up and take it. It lays down in my toolbox. This is absolutely the best design on the market for a wrench holder. I think it's cool. Screw the foam, screw everything else. These plastic trays are absolutely phenomenal. And you know, like I said, if you can get your wrenches to fit in them, I mean, so S&K, so every wrench must be different. I didn't know. Let's see this. Yeah, so Craftsman's like that. I wonder why this Mac wrench. Huh, I just noticed that. So I was talking about the flipping wrench, but the Mac or this old Craftsman's that way too. So this knuckle saber is backwards. I guess I need to look at a snap-on one. I don't have any snap-on wrench. I have a couple at work, but this S&K is the same way too. So it's actually designed just like the Precision Torque. So that's interesting. The only thing difference is the degree angle of the Precision Torque is a little bit different. But maybe that's why I've always liked my S&K wrenches. I don't hate my Mac wrenches. These are my long pattern ones, but I've never had any problems with these, and I won't get rid of them. They're USA made. I love them. I've used them for years, and I don't have any issues with them. But like I said, ratcheting wrenches came into play. I use those more than anything. So, let me know what you guys think down in that comment box. I kind of droned off there into, yeah, so the S&K fits in there super nice. I think you could actually use this for a lot of wrenches. I'm going to look in getting another one of these parts trays to put some of my knuckle saber wrenches in and see just what I might put my whole set of knuckle saber wrenches in that tray, because I didn't know there was a part number on them. But I think that'd be a cool deal. I'm gonna try these out and take a look at them and do a side-by-side comparison to the toolbox widget. Really dig them, guys. Anyways, that's my spiel. My first impressions on these wrenches and the mid-torque Mac Impact. Hopefully we'll be able to do some tool testing in the future. Let me know what you guys think down in that comment box. Smash that like button. Ring that bell if you want to see more. Don't ring that bell if you think I'm annoying and you don't want to see any more of me, because then you'll hear me all the time. I'm just kidding. Please ring the bell. You don't want to miss out on a video from me. You never know. It might be something fun. You might have a good chuckle. That's all I'm here about. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of information that's helpful. Stuff that I think that other people leave out of their videos. Scripted videos, to me, yeah, I mean, it makes it look clean. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, this isn't, we're mechanics, we're not movie makers. And I think being real is a lot more honest. You know, there's no outtakes, no double takes. You know, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of time in just what I'm doing versus what somebody else that is doing scripted stuff. If they're doing editing and stuff like that, wow. I can't even imagine how much time they're spending on it, but I'm out on that. You'll probably never see me go to that level. If I do, then I'm going to have to give up YouTube, because I can't do it. I don't have that kind of time. I'm going to have to hire somebody to do my video editing. Not only that, I suck at it. You know, I just got monetized. You know, my subscriber count's going up quite a bit. I've already added another 100 over the 1,000 I just got a week ago. So I guess I'm adding 100 subscribers a week. Don't know if that's good. Don't know if that's bad. I've seen a lot of other channels that got big, you know, seems like quicker than I did. It took me 6 months to get to 1,000. I don't know what it means, where it leads to. I did have a conversation with a couple tool companies that asked me to test some tools, and I turned them down. I'm honestly not going to do any tool reviews on something unless I really feel they're good. You know, I will. How do I put this? I have a very unique flavor. I want to have something quality. I don't want to deal with junk. I dealt with junk before in the past, and like I said, I've tried to use junk, and you know, I don't want to get involved with a company that's going to get pissed. You know, like we're all the Icon fanboys nowadays. You know, they just disappeared off the earth, and that's not weird. I'm not surprised. You know, I called it out right when they came out with it this summer. You know, untested. You know, just throwing something out in the market and saying it's awesome. For instance, you know, when I bought these were a gimmick tool. Pass-through gear wrenches. They work all right, but they're super thin sockets, and I broke them. And if you look down in them, and you know, I'm not gonna say I love gear wrench because I really don't love gear wrench anymore. I think they've gotten cheap, sloppy. I've seen that everybody pushed these bolt biters, and I'm seeing some drawback on it now, and I'm not surprised with that. You really got to watch what you buy out there, guys. Really got to watch it. If you want a good tool, you really have to pay attention. There's people that are putting out good products, and then there's people who are just pushing out poop. So, thanks for watching, guys. This one's a long one. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. You know, I'm sure you skipped through and fast forward some of them. You know, I chattered on for a while, but you know, I got to get ready to go watch the fight and upload this video. I don't know when it'll get uploaded. Anyways, appreciate it, guys. Ring that bell. Hit that like button. Comment. Questions, concerns, criticisms. You know, if you could give me a middle finger, I'm sure you would, some of you. So, have a great weekend. Stay warm if you're in the Midwest. Polar vortex, whatever the hell it is. I don't pay attention. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.